Anyway, speaking of collabs, man, let's get straight into the song. Obviously, this was the song that a lot of people were looking forward to. Obviously, Drake's given us like, what would he give us? Care Package. He gave us Dark Lane demo tapes. In between Scorpion and now, he's given us a couple projects that were like Lucy's, throwaways, weren't proper songs. And now it's album time. The album is called Certified Lover Boy.
Is that what it's called?
Certified Lover Boy. He's announced it on his Instagram. Certified Lover Boy. What's your initial thoughts on the album title?
I mean, it's Drake. It's pop. It's.
Does this mean he's gonna sing bear on this project? Is that what this means?
It best not be a
Lover Boy.
No, but it best not just be what he did on Scorpion, because I don't think that works. We don't need a side and a B, where one singing.
But you know he did that to satisfy some people, innit?
Yeah, but a lot of people are like, imagine if he did a rap. Just do it in one album.
Isn't that what he was doing all the time?
Yeah, but that was a good formula. We don't need one whole 10 tracks of singing. No, one whole 10 tracks of rapping. No,
just do the hybrid. Stick to the formula. Stick to the formula.
So overkill.
Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy. I mean, it's a name.
From that title, where does it tell you where his mind's at?
That he's in a good place. He's not taking himself seriously. He's having fun. He's enjoying life.
Yeah.
Certified Lover Boy means he's probably gonna have some fake Jamaican Shabba Ranks, Mr. Loverman remix on there.
Lover Boy seems like a Yardman.
Yeah, right.
Do you think there's gonna be a lot of them type of songs on there?
Well, from what we heard on Popcorn's tape, then maybe, because that, I don't know who he thought he was on that.
Are we gonna get?
I thought it was some Delroy from Peppers and Spices. That's what I thought. That's how he was moving.
Drizzy Marley.
Nah, not even Drizzy Marley. Like Drizzy. Yardman.
Banton,
Drizzy Banton.
Drizzy,
not Marley, Drizzy Banton.
Drizzy Paul.
Drizzy Cartel.
Sean Paul.
That's weird.
The first single though is called Laugh Now, Cry Later. It's featuring Lil Durk, Voice of the Streets.
Yes. Are we talking about
Life
him on
of the
Thursday?
Trenches.
Oh yeah, he's so underrated.
But he's not underrated though.
He is.
What do you mean? When you say Lil Durk's underrated, what do you mean?
I mean as in like, only for me, it's only really fans of Lil Durk that I know personally, that if we're in the car, at someone's house, or just what people talking about music, or if someone's playing a playlist, that's who will be listening to him. That I will see. Not saying that people don't listen to him in a personal time. He's just not someone that's like the first go-to in the car when you turn on the car, or in the club, and I'm like, he's got certified hits.
But that depends who you're talking about, because you want him to be recognized by a commercial, like high mainstream audience.
No, I don't even mean, that's what I said. I mean underrated in the sense of just, I mean, even in the culture, he's not like, he's not a go-to name. You don't think of things. I think it's
what we spoke about, like, because he's from Chicago and he's from the drill scene in Chicago, and when he went to Atlanta, he's got like these twisty dreads now with colours in them. He's kind of rapping how Young Thug and Lil Baby's.
He's always on songs with those guys.
That's why he has to make songs called No Auto, because he knows he's got a core fan base that don't like that. But then he's got this whole new fan base now that are fucking with that wave of music, which is
you're right,
the rapping auto-tune thing. So I think what it is because he's not the king of that sound, you've got a Future in that sound. You've got a Young Thug in that sound. You've even got Baby and Gunna and these people. And they're authentically from Atlanta, that part where that sound's really developed. I think they just see him as someone that's kind of adopted that sound.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's not really like authentically his, but he's cold at it. And when he does do it, his content is still thorough and it's still authentic.
And it's got to a point where you probably, if you didn't really know him that well, you wouldn't even think, and people that do, you forget he's from Chirac and he's from the Chief Keef, Lil Reese era.
Yeah.
Like you forget that.
You do forget it.
So.
Because it seems like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's making a completely different music, but he had to get the bag, innit? He knows the bag where the bag was, and this sound is the bag. And like I said, the reason he does it well is because when he's doing it, his content is authentic because we know he lives it. Yeah. We know he's got a murder case right now.
Yeah.
Like he's got an attempted murder case right now. He's on bail. Like we know this. We know he put in.
Is that the one with King Von?
Yeah, and he's on bail for that right now. He's on curfew. So we know, all right, when this guy, even if he's on auto-tune, maybe making this, Lil Baby sounding music, we know even what he's saying when he goes, I'm doing it for the streets. I'm the voice of the streets. We believe it.
Yeah, you're right.
Because you're from the streets. Yeah. You've put in work. Like people vouch for you. And I think that's why even seeing him on this song was just like such a moment of like, it sounds mad to say a proud moment because I don't know him.
Yeah.
I'm definitely older than him. But
Just to see him go that mainstream.
Because I just feel like he was always seen as maybe early on in his career the kind of Robin to Chief Keef's Batman.
Yeah,
he was kind of seen as that guy. Do you get what I'm saying?
He wasn't even Robin. I don't even think.
Well, maybe not even Robin, but it was just an example.
He was that. Yeah, you're right.
For me, I wasn't following the Chicago drill scene like that. I'm never gonna act like I was, but those for me were the two prominent names that I associated with it, and Lil Reese. So for him to now kind of leave Chicago, move to Atlanta, carve out his own lane, get his own respect, start collabing with the artists down there, create this whole different career and avenue for himself, and then in 2020 be someone that gets 20 million views on YouTube, be on a Drake single. This ain't like, you know, like how Drake's on a freestyle where Heady One or whatever. This is Drake's single for his album. So for you to be on that lead single,
is this the debut single then, or
this is the single? This is the first single off the album, Certified Lover Boy.
So he got the debut single.
This is what I'm saying. Like, we know this. Everyone's gonna watch this because if you follow hip hop or you follow music or whatever, when Drake drops something, it's a moment, innit? Everyone watches it at some point. Maybe they don't rush to watch it the way they did maybe 5-6 years ago, but at some point you'll get around to watching it because it's Drake. Yeah. So that's a moment for Lil Durk, because it's like, this is arguably one of the biggest artists in the world right now. Numbers wise, it's one of the biggest artists in the world right now, and you're on that track. So shout out, I'm hitting a round of applause. I'm hitting it for Lil Durk.
Yeah, don't do it for Drake.
Live from the trenches. I'm gonna do one for Drake as well, because I'm feeling this song, and I'm gonna play it for you lot as well. Nick, you looking like you're not a fan of this one right here, bro.
You're better than this.
You're looking like you're not a fan of this one.
You're better than this.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah, this one's Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know.
Drizzy Drake featuring the voice of the streets.
Baby.
He's dropped the streets now on Instagram. He's calling himself the voice.
That's what he's calling himself. Not the streets.
It's a new single, Drake featuring the voice. You know when someone's really feeling themselves that they've dropped the streets?
Jake's working with BBC now.
Baby.
He's working with Will.i.am, Tom Jones and those guys.
It must be work.
Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react.
Are you really feeling it? It's like a feel good song, but it's
see the trumpets and
basic.
See the trumpets. It gives me what was that song he had? The trophies.
I thought that,
trophies. It gives me that vibe, except he's singing more.
Shawty come sit on my lap. Hey, they saying Drizzy just snap. This in between us is not like a store. This isn't a closable gap. Hey, I see some
distance between us is not like a store.
Here we go.
This is not a closable gap. So, obviously, you're listening to.
Do you know what you are, by the way?
What am I?
You're a DD.
What's a DD?
Drake disciple.
Oh, do they exist?
I'm making it up right now.
I'm a Drake disciple.
You're a Drake disciple.
Because I'm breaking down his lyrics.
You're a Drake disciple. But anyway, we're going to get into this.
I'm the Drake disciple, even though every Drake concert I've been to, I've bumped into this man sitting opposite me.
But I love music. So you might see me a feature.
Do you know what you are?
Stop that right now.
Do you know what you are?
Stop that right now.
Because I listen to
Drake.
You're LKH.
No, what's that?
A low-key hater. You're one of those guys that go, oh, like, I don't like this guy on platforms. Then you're there buying tickets to watch the man and put money in his pocket.
This is the difference.
Only real fans go concerts, you know.
This is the difference.
Go on.
You might see me at Future show. You might see me at Travis show.
You're a fan of Travis.
You might see me at Drake show.
You're a fan of Drake.
You might see me at Celine Dion show.
No, we won't. That's my whole point.
No, but you will see me. I love music, so you will see me at a lot of different rap shows.
Nick, let me squash this.
No, don't do that.
I'm gonna tell you. There's millions of artists out there who make music, and you listen to their music, and you don't buy tickets for their shows.
Like who?
I could just Dave. You been to a Dave concert?
No.
You been to a J House concert?
Yeah, but I would go to a J House concert.
But have you been to one?
I haven't been to one yet, but I will go to one.
Have you been to a Wale concert?
No.
Rick Ross?
Yeah.
Concert?
I've been to Rick Ross, yeah. I think at the Indigo.
My whole point is...
I've been to see 2 Chainz. I've seen come on.
No, but my point is, anyway, my point still stands. People buy tickets for artists they're fans of. That's the only time you'll part with £80 to watch someone at the O2 Arena. It's an expensive ticket.
Let me make this clear in the Double Down podcast.
Unless you're just rich and it's
Let me make this clear in the Double Down podcast, because Craig's trying to merge the two and we're not going to let him do that. There's a difference between a fan of the music, a Drake fan that listens to his music, and a Drake disciple.
Give me the difference. Lay it down. Lay down the difference.
A Drake fan will listen to his music, will check his music just like they check another artist. They will go to a show just like they might do to another show. They're fan. They can critique it. They can applaud it the same way. Like, they are an honest fan.
Yeah.
A Drake disciple is someone that for for rich and for poor, and for goodness and for sickness, and for all of those vows that you take, they will follow. They will be a disciple, and that's what you are.
I'll tell you
You're
what,
a Drake follower. It's fine.
I'll tell you what a Drake disciple is for me. I saw Drake disciples when Drake, and we'll get to Pusha T in a sec, but when Drake clashed Pusha T and they were saying that Drake still won. Nah, I was quick to say Drake lost. Drake, you lost that beef. I was quick to put my hands up and go, Drake's lost. Like, after he beat Meek Mill, I was like, this guy can't lose. No one can take him down. Everyone's like, I don't want it with people like Pusha and Common and these. I was like, bro, he gave Common the smoke. Pusha can get the smoke too. Pusha wiped Drake. Like, we have to be honest. Like, Drake disciples to this day still don't think he lost. That's a Drake disciple for me. That's someone that's going to be with you at the Last Supper, like Jesus and his disciples, passing him the wine. Brother, I ain't trying to be there with Drake does all of that. But I'm a big Drake fan. Like, there's no denying that. And I like this song, but I want to get into this lyric. Let me get into the lyric. So basically, I just paused it. He said, distance between us is not like a store. This isn't a closable gap. So obviously he's saying, there's a fair few distance between me and you can't close this gap. Like, obviously the brand Gap. Who's got a clothing line with Gap coming out?
We know it, Kanye West.
How much people's heads do you think this line's going to go over?
It went over mine. I didn't really hear what he was saying. He kind of mumbled it. He was like,
you've got to listen to it again. It's just first two listens, you might not pick it up. That's like with most things. I can't decipher a Wretch bar. All of Wretch's verses are littered with these things. Drake might give you, especially on a single, like one or two in each verse here and there. But you had something to say. You were basically saying there isn't a distance between them.
There isn't.
Musically, right now, there's a distance between Kanye and Drake. Right now, musically.
Yeah, musically, because Kanye West isn't consistent with the music.
He brought out an album last year. He brought out an album the year before.
Which was...
Actually, sorry, he brought out 2 albums in the last year.
What? Kids See Ghost and... that was a good album.
Then he brought out Ye.
Yeah,
so that was 2 in 1 year.
Shit.
Then he brought out Jesus is King. There's definitely not a financial gap.
He can still...
No, there's a financial gap between Kanye and Drake, really. Kanye's really... If he's a billionaire, he's got more money than Drake. But I think musically, I think there is a gap now.
Do you?
Yeah. I think there's a gap, and I think Drake knows that. I think when we go back to Watch the Throne in 2011, right, Kanye came out and said on Breakfast Club himself afterwards that him and Jay came together to make that because of Drake. He said that himself. He's like, we saw Drake come in and we thought we need to do something, and it was monumental. Fast forward 9 years from then, who is still at the top of their game musically? Who is still doing all the numbers, is still making bangers with Travis Scott and Future, Life is Good, Sicko Mode, who's still linking up with UK artists every other year? He's got a UK artist. If it ain't Skepta, it's Giggs. If it ain't Giggs, it's Heady One, aligning himself. Who's still doing this, and what is Kanye doing? Kanye's making gospel music.
Listen, there's nothing... What I love about Kanye West is that Kanye West...
You don't listen to Wash Our Face in the Blood? Or,
no, I don't. I didn't listen to it. I did listen to it.
Wash us in the blood,
but
rain down on us.
That just shows you I'm a musical fan. I'm not a disciple. I'm not here.
Kanye, no.
I'm not here to just follow everything every musician does. I will. If Jesus is King's whack, I won't listen to it. If Life of Pablo is amazing, I will listen to it. But one thing I like about Kanye West, which will go down in history, and we'll all look back on that and say, "Nah, this guy was ahead of his time." He's a risk taker.
Massively.
He does whatever's. He just does what he feels right. And my problem with Drake, the music sounds good. Don't worry, it will slap and I'll play it. But are you doing what you think's right, or are you just doing what will solidify the check and will just...
But if you're not a Drake disciple, a DD as you put it, because the only DD I follow is Double Down, but we'll run with that. If you're not a Drake disciple, if you're not a Drake disciple, yeah, then why do you care about who he is personally? Why for your concern should just be the music?
I'm talking about musically. When you're really in tune with the music, like when you can see sounds like I can, so like you can see. You can see like it's
sorry Stevie Wonder.
It's called, I can't remember what the definition is. Anyway,
for another day.
It's for another day, where you can see sounds like me. So right now I can see blue, I can see purple, I can see red, I see gold. I can see it all in this room. When you can see sounds, you understand what it means. I'm talking shit, by the way. But anyway, clearly. when you like music, on a serious note, when you really love music, you understand people taking it into different genres and directions and energy levels and vibrancies and frequencies. Like, I like the fact Kanye West can do a graduation, and he can do a college dropout, and then he can just all of a sudden take it to Yeezus,
or 808s and Heartbreaks.
He can take it to 808. I like that. Drake, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that's a bad formula because it's successful, you make good music, but I would like to just see you take into different pockets. And some people might say he does
gets criticised for doing that too much.
But some people, I was going to say, some people might say he does that in the sense of just Kanye West. That's how you take into different pockets. I don't mean just jumping on a drill track or just jumping on a bashment track or just jumping on a Afro beats. That's not taking into different pockets. Maybe that's doing it to 50%, but that's just you taking it to a zone that's popping or comfortable, and then you bringing it there. I would like to see you experiment fully with your music. Give me something different.
I think Drake does, man. I can't agree with that, bro. I honestly feel like that is the reason he gets all the criticism he gets. I think he pushes the envelope a lot, but what he does is he adopts other people's...
create a sound, but what does Yeezus sound like?
But you're asking him, the reason he can't do that is because Kanye West makes beats. Kanye West understands it from the production level all the way through.
Yeah.
The part that Drake doesn't have, he gets from 40. Kanye he might want to talk about a particular subject and he can make the exact beat he needs to translate that message because he's that talented. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And more importantly, we have to be clear, without Kanye, there is no Drake. Kanye opened up a lane for Drake to be Drake. Before Kanye, there wasn't really emo rappers or rappers that weren't street that got respect and credibility on a high level. Kanye opened that lane.
No, there was, but they weren't on a mainstream level.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right,
like he opened that lane commercially for people like Lupe Fiasco, for people like Kid Cudi, for people like Drake, for all of these people to be a bit more emo and real with their things. For Kendricks, he opened that lane. So Drake has to pay respect. I know they're beefing right now, and it is just what it is, isn't it? But anyway, let's get into the video. Some big cameos in the video.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham, KD. Why do you have KD and not LeBron? Was LeBron busy?
Come on, man. You can't just get LeBron at a video shoot that easy.
He did a video with LeBron back in, what was it? May not mean nothing.
But how old is this video? How recent is this video?
The one he just...
Because I feel like it's super recent. So LeBron probably training with the Lakers when this was made.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
And Kevin Durant's
and that's
injured.
why he dressed up like him with the hat and stuff, with the white suit on and stuff. Yeah, probably would have had him. We're saying KD's the backup.
KD's the backup.
He's saying he's the understudy.
I mean that's a good backup. Jesus.
We say easy money sniper.
He's injured, so he probably had 3 times.
It's not the way he hit that free in Drake's face.
Yeah, you're right.
That free was disgusting. You see Drake go up, he just gets blocked. I
did like the video though, because it took it back to like the MTV era of music videos where they were big, there was cameos, it felt grand, it felt...
What was your thoughts on Drake crying in the video?
What's
that about?
It's expected.
What's he trying
Drake
to convey
disciples
there?
Probably loved it.
Why is he
probably
crying?
Crying as well. Because the song, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Well, interestingly, do you know where he got that title from? Agent Craig back at it again, giving you lot the exclusives.
Laugh Now, Cry Later. I feel like I know this. I feel like I should know this.
If you lot Google it, on Tupac's back, he has tattooed Laugh Now, Cry Later. And it has one mask, you know, that kind of Phantom.
Yeah, but loads of people
mask.
had that tattoo, didn't they?
No, I'm just saying, but he's the most prominent guy in it. And I think Drake, personally, I think Drake took inspiration from Tupac. I've seen him wear Tupac t-shirts in the last 6 months or something on Instagram. He had like a Tupac t-shirt on. You know them like classic t-shirts where you have like a dead person and they will have like... So, but yeah, that's on the back of Tupac's back. He's put Laugh Now, Cry Later. There's obviously some sort of deeper meaning behind him choosing that. But there's a lot of shots going on in the record as usual. That's what Drake does, talking about how much money he's got, how he's ahead of you and you haven't taken him out, and if you come to him you're finished, and all of this whatever. I don't know,
it's always me against the world with Drake,
literally. Obviously, if we go back to 2018 when he was beefing Push, he had a deal with Adidas at the time. Apparently a clothing line called what was it, Adidon was coming out, and it was a mix between Adidas and Adonis, his son, and it was supposed to be an ode to his son, and it was supposed to have this big promo reel comes. Lo and behold, Pusha makes Story of Adidon. Exposes the whole thing. Beat. Mad. Blows it out the water, exposes Drake. The deal goes sour. Drake ends up not fulfilling that with Adidas, going back to Nike. Pusha T stays with Adidas. Kanye is obviously over there with Adidas.
Yeah.
The lines have been drawn and quartered, not only musically, but also in the fashion world somehow. People are picking sides. If you're Kanye in his camp, you're over there with Adidas. That's where you're getting all the 700s, the 500s, flipping the weird D-Rose shoes that look like a flipping cheese grater now. I don't know what Kanye is on now. Some of these trainers, he's really trying to push the envelope. I see one boot that looked like a flipping astronaut boot.
Yeah, it's getting
with
silly.
Spikes at the bottom. You're still going to see some losers wearing this. It's just too much now.
Man said losers.
No, because the dad trainers was... But at the time, people thought I was pushing the envelope, these big chunky shoes, like, and obviously everyone started wearing the Balenciagas. But now some of these that he's posted on his Twitter are just outrageous. You're just thinking, can't be walking around with this. But then again, people walk around with Crocs.
But people love those sliders, don't they?
The easy sliders, yeah. People are liking them. But we're seeing the beef drawn up now, and Pusha T has gone so petty with it that when the video dropped, I think he might have even posted this before the video dropped, so he might have caught wind because it looked like he posted it 8 hours ago, but apparently the video dropped at midnight in America, so he might have even intercepted, tried a little last minute interception. Do you get what I'm saying, on a Van Dijk thing, quickly. And basically, he dropped a video of him and basketballer Damian Lillard?
Lillard, yeah.
Damian Lillard on some sort of shoot, and he took a shot, just like how Drake's taking shots against KD in the video. And it's got Adidas at the end. Let me just say this. Pusha, you're my guy. I've met you a few times. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I rate that. But my bro, come on. You can't compare you and Damian Lillard to Drake and KD. Who is Damian Lillard to Kevin Durant?
He's a baller though.
No, I'm not saying he's not. But that's like putting James Madison next to Kevin De Bruyne right now. Like, it's just, you're not going to do that. Like,
that's not fair.
All right, go on, give a closer comparison. Give one. Give me another footballer. KD's Kevin De Bruyne. Give me.
It's like saying.
Don't you dare say Ceballos. I will walk out the podcast now.
Ceballos. I was going to say for me it's like Sterling and Mane.
Okay.
It's like Sterling. They're toss up.
No, it's not, bro. KD's in the LeBron conversation, like just below that.
But Damian Lillard is that good. But it just so happens he's loyal to the Portland Trailblazers, and I think if he went to another team, he would get a ring easy.
Just get the violins out.
The only reason KD got a ring, got 2 rings, has he got 2 or 1? 2. Is because you went to the best team.
Doesn't matter, bro. He more than played. I'm not making.
Let's see how many rings he gets in the net.
I'm not making this a basketball conversation. You're speaking on hypotheticals, if buts and maybes. If he went here, if he didn't do this, I'm talking about a man that's done it and is already in elite conversation. Push, you tried it, you put it out. I respect it because this is chess. Like, but for me, I'll be honest, that was just petty. There's no need for that. No one really cares about it in that way. Like, if you want to counter with music or do that, but like putting up a thing and then putting Adidas.
Well, you are rating that. But if they shot it, they have to release it.
At least, if you're going to do it and you're trying to rebuttal in that way, at least go Germany and shoot on Adidas campus.
But these brands,
not in a warehouse somewhere.
That's where they were. They look like they was in like some sort of warehouse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not warehouse. They look like they was in like some campus.
Yeah, but you're trying to compare that to Drake being in Oregon, standing, hitting baseball balls off the roof, man on the lake. Him and Lil Durk on jet skis in the lake of the flipping. Yeah, but that's a music video.
We don't know what big stuff they've got planned.
That's my whole point. So don't save it for then. Don't just because you've seen the video come out.
Then release that a little bit.
Because it just looks like, bro, like if I look at it now and it's only got 60,000 views as well. No one's even seen it.
Yeah,
I had to send it to you for you to know about it. No one's talking about it. It's like if you know, innit?
You're right.
Like, I know because I follow him, I see it, but most people ain't even gonna know that Pusha's posted that. So it just looks like you're doing little things, and it's like if Kanye did something now, if Kanye was an Adidas campus now, and he's there with like, I don't know, James Harden, he's an Adidas athlete. Okay, now we're talking. What Germany? Yeah.
Listen,
what are you saying? Cutting down trees like you're in Wyoming with James Harden.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with Damian Lillard.
I'm not saying there is, but there's levels. Drake pulls up in the concept Mercedes cars.
If I was Pusha, I'd have just went one step further.
He's got the shopping with all of the madness.
I would have said, forget the athletes. Me and Pharrell and Kanye building a spaceship.
Imagine.
On the Adidas campus.
Imagine. With NASA. Pharrell's with Adidas as well.
With NASA.
Jesus.
That's the kind of stuff they should be doing.
He should have did that. Lil Durk though, what do you think of his verse?
Good. I mean, I told you, I'm not that bothered about the song.
Not feeling it.
It's alright. I'm going to listen now, throw it later.
Is that how you're feeling?
Not long now, cry later. I'm going to listen now and bin it and throw it later. You know, it's good. It's like, it's a little vibe, but it's
What's your thoughts on Drake? He keeps doing those little acting things in his video now.
Yeah.
They didn't start it from the bottom. They didn't God's plan it. It's like little interludes in the video.
Didn't no guidance.
No guidance.
Yeah.
It's like a little formula he's using to get memed or go viral, I think.
He did it Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling.
He's cringe, man.
People not bored of it yet?
Yeah, I am, but
Are
you're
people in
not.
general? But are people in general not bored of it? I'm bored of that. I don't like
think
that.
they are,
I don't want to
because
see that.
we watched it on YouTube, didn't we? And it only had 2.7 million views in 10 hours, which obviously is amazing. But compared to what some of these other people are doing on YouTube, it's not the best.
I mean, I don't know, man. 2.7 million.
No, it's amazing, but that's what I'm saying. Compared to what some other big artists are doing, it's not. The
video dropped at 5 a.m. today. It's now, as we film this right now, it's 5 p.m. So it's been up for 12 hours. And you got to remember, if you know YouTube, video views freeze within the first 24 hours. They freeze and update. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So like tomorrow you could check it back and it might have 15. I don't know, like.
Could have 100.
I don't think it's going to get 100 in 24 hours. No, it's not doing that.
But he's
not on them numbers.
But he wanted that video to do that kind of numbers because that video looked expensive.
Look, that video looked crazy, the budget. Just getting them concept cars alone, them two Mercedes concept cars. They
were Maybachs.
He might have pulled in a favour though.
They were Maybachs.
I know, it's crazy. What they call like the Maybach saloons or something like that. Even I saw the monitors in them. They're like, it's like a futuristic film, bro. Like how you press it and stuff. I don't know, man. Are you excited for the album, Certified Lover Boy, or not? Are you gonna give it a listen?
I'll listen 100%, but I'm not that excited, to be honest.
You're not like if a Kendrick album was dropping, you'd be more excited.
Yeah.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
What about you? You excited?
100%. Always excited for a Drake album. Always excited. He's gonna give me quotables. He's gonna give everyone their captions for the next, I don't know, 5 months. The amount of people I've seen use them Grease songs as captions. You know that Grease song with DJ Khaled?
Oh yeah.
Call me, leave all of your things. Yeah, I see everyone leaving it. All the girls on Instagram, everyone's leaving it on their pictures. I'm just like, flip it now. So when the album drops, you know people are gonna do it. I'm just intrigued to see what features he has.
Yeah,
I want to know who he's got in there. I want a Ho feature because that one on Scorpion just wasn't good.
No, it wasn't.
That's what their worst collab.
You need a Ross one. You can't have a Drizzy album without Ross.
There needs to be a Ross. There has to be a Ross.
There needs to be someone from the UK on there.
See, I've glided over the disrespect you've been giving Drake on this thing, and it's cool that we need people like you. We need people like you to give Drake the disrespect.
Not a Drake disciple.
No, we just need people like you to give it the disrespect.
Drake, if I know you listen, I'm a big fan, but I taught you everything. I taught you about Stoney. I taught you about Nike. I was wearing Keystone night gloves in secondary school. Now you want to do it. Come on, you're a fraud.
I'm the fucking man. You don't get it, do you? Remember when he was wearing the gloves in that video, the motor video?
With the Supreme jacket.
Supreme leopard jacket. What a funny guy, man. All right, let's move on anyway, man. We're still on the music. This is a music. I know we've been on serious stuff. We're going to get in some more serious topics. Not too far in the podcast. Like, it's coming soon. But we're just, because we ain't done a music one in a while. And there's been a lot of big music out. We wanted to cover that. Next one, your Nigerian brother.
Burna.
African giant. Himself.
The African giant.
He's got a new album. It's just dropped, Twice as Tall.
Yes.
He's Diddy's producing it. Here's one of the tracks off the album. The one I'm feeling the most at the moment. This one's called Onyenka. Or is it Oyika? How do you say it? You're Nigerian, tell me. I think it's Onyeka.
You could be saying anything right now, so I'm gonna have to go to the track listing.
It's spelled Onyeka.
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 Yeah, Onyeka. God,
Onyeka.
you put me on the spot there.
Onyeka.
Jesus, Onyeka. Onyeka.
He's also got one with Stormzy as well. Have you heard the one with Stormzy yet?
No, I haven't heard that. I listened to the first few tracks, and what I heard, it sounded very good. It sounded it's a bit too,
some of them are commercial,
cliche African and a bit Lion King vibe, but
that's how African Giants sounded.
No, it didn't.
You don't think so?
What, Secret with Cranium and Jeremiah and
it's kind of, do you know what? It's kind of hard for us to break it down right now because it literally just dropped.
Yeah.
Like we haven't like digested it.
Yeah,
we really haven't taken it in. So I don't really want to give too many mad takes. But this song with Stormzy is quite good. He's
redirecting them back to the sentiment. Then you go see reality, go start arresting them. Feel I see them no here when I was telling them.
Yes, we are blessed, but it's harder to see some.
Stormzy on the vocals.
Trying to find my peace of mind. You said, how could you be so blind, babe?
All right, I don't know if you, Nick, I don't know if you saw, they did like a live listening session on Instagram Live. Stormzy was in there vibing.
Okay.
Like a big vibe going on. So your initial reactions, because I'm seeing people say like on Twitter, if this don't deliver, Diddy's head. People want Diddy's head if this don't deliver. The African community want Diddy's head.
Boy,
because African Giant in their eyes is a classic.
Yeah, it is a classic.
It was a great body of work.
More Life was a classic as well.
Yeah.
Classic. That had Yay, More Life.
I'm going to say it. I think...
Was it called More Life?
More Life. What, the album?
Yeah.
I don't know, check.
If it's not, sorry, because there's gonna be a lot of Burna Boy.
Because when you said that, I was thinking of Drake More Life. I was thinking, huh?
Shit, it's not called More Life.
I don't think it's More Life. It's not important anyway.
Outsides. Oh my god.
A man's had an absolute howler.
Do you know what? I was thinking of the first song on the album is called More Life, and that's a banger.
Oh,
that's
okay, yeah.
Outsides for those that are listening.
Shout out Burna Boy, man. I have to say, if this album isn't good, it's not because of Diddy. It's because Burna Boy's read out of Fella Kuti lines.
Oh, we're getting into this.
I'm joking.
You're doing this again.
No, but look, I think a lot of people did glance over the fact that there were videos online comparing a lot of Burna Boy songs
and Fella Kuti's
to Fella Kuti's. And, you know, there's that age-old argument of, you know, Jay-Z did it with Biggie. Are you swagger jacking or are you just paying homage to a legend?
There's a fine line.
And there is a fine line. And the thing is, when you do it a lot, like 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 times, when I can quote, I think in the clip I saw on YouTube, like 12 to 15 songs where you've taken melodies, actual lyrics. At what point do you go,
yeah, you're right,
this is plagiarism? All right, look,
plagiarism.
It's a new generation. He's probably met the family of Fela Kuti. He's probably been there. Because he's rated in Nigeria. I haven't seen Nigerians turn on him. So I'm not the person best qualified because I'm not going to sit here on this podcast like I'm an Afrobeats connoisseur. I know what I hear from the scene. I know what I like. Most of it's commercial. I'm not deep rooted with the smaller artists. But I don't see Nigerians really complaining about Burna Boy and putting him up on that. When the album got dropped yesterday, Twitter went mad. The whole Nigerian community was behind it. The African community at large are getting behind it. So obviously they don't see a problem with the Fela Kuti thing. They see that as he's paying homage. I'm just saying some of the melodies were a bit speculative. I think
it is. And
I'm a fan of Burna Boy.
But I reckon a lot of artists do it.
But how many artists can you take and then line it up next to another artist and it's like lines like that? Like loads of multiple lines from the same artist.
I'm not here trying to defend it. It's quite bad. But
I mean, there might be some in this. We don't know yet. We ain't listened to the album back to front.
But all I know, for those trying to call out Diddy, I was with them. I was going to do the same thing. I saw this little mini trailer. I think it was a trailer, like a little kind of teaser for the album. Yeah. And he was talking to him on like FaceTime, and it was him and Diddy in the studio. I was like, Diddy, man, you're trash. This is about you. This is
making it about him.
It's making about, and this feels like making
Revolt at the end.
Yeah, put Revolt, and it's about Diddy, and I was like, this just feels like I'm watching Making the Band. And you've gone to Africa and picked up an artist, and he's about making.
And he's told one of Burna Boy's things to go and get him a cheesecake.
Yeah, man.
From downtown Lagos.
Going on. But then I actually sat back and forgot. I stopped realizing that I am the English Dave Chappelle. I was like, let me just take a step back here.
What kind of takes are you been coming with today?
Not get
so music and pictures and colours.
Nah, I'm messing. Not get. I wasn't trying to banter, and I actually took a step back and I was like, people need to put some respect on Diddy's name as a producer.
What?
He's produced some classics.
He gave us Juicy. Can I just say something?
So
Notorious B.I.G. Juicy is one of the greatest rap records of... No, actually scrap that. It's one of the greatest songs. I'm not making it genre specific.
He did just steal a beat though.
Yeah, but
they might be perfect.
But that's what producing is.
But they might be perfect for each.
Knowing the angle. Kanye's done that for his whole career.
This is a match made in heaven. You've got a guy stealing lyrics, a guy stealing beats. Bring them together. This album should be fire.
I see what you did there. I'll give you that.
It's true though.
I'll give you that. Look, I think it's this year. First of all, I'm going to say, us in the UK, we're way better at working with African artists than the Americans. You lot don't do it properly. We do it way better over here. And that's because
we
over
understand
here...
We're more connected.
Yeah, we're so connected with it. You know, you're Nigerian, your parents, like we're so much...
That's my problem.
We got so much first generation African people here, they understand. Americans, you don't still see yourself as African American. A lot of you don't even know where in Africa you come from. Now, that's not a knock.
And that's my problem with a lot of... African interpretations in America, like even the Beyonce, I still haven't seen it. I heard it's amazing, but at the same time,
you still ain't got that Disney Plus.
No, everything they do is grand, and it's Lion King, and it's this. It's like they don't understand the real depiction of Africa, what it is in 2020, and what it is. Like we're a lot more connected. So I agree with you. I think an English producer and someone English with him, that synergy probably would have been a lot better. But then again, sometimes it's not always the two things that should work. Sometimes you might need two opposites, and you know, look at Linkin Park and Jay-Z.
Word, I hear that. I think with Diddy, I can't help but think there's some selfish intentions involved in this.
Of course.
I think he realizes that, and listen, Diddy's been on the Black Power thing for a minute now. Like, he hasn't jumped on this trend of Black Lives Matter and what's going on right now. Diddy's been pushing this.
Listen, if he wants
he's
to,
been pushing this
if
agenda
he really
for a while.
wants to push the agenda, give the locks back their masters.
Bruh. I mean,
anyway,
that's music biz. I don't know. Whatever. All I'm gonna say is this: he's got a black-owned network. You know, Ciroc, black-owned business. Do you get what I'm saying? He's been pushing that whole agenda for a while now. I think he realizes, in order for that legacy to go to the next level, he needs to work with African artists and he needs to get respect in Africa. I think in Africa, never been. So that I'm speaking of ignorance. You could maybe correct me.
I've never been.
But you got family members, whatever. You're much closer than I am. I feel like there's not many Americans that are like solidified over there in that way. Like, I know in Africa they love 50 Cent. They love 50 Cent over there. Like, to this day, they love 50 Cent, G-Unit, all of that. I don't think they look at Diddy like that. I think they know Diddy's the guy. They respect him, what he's done and everything. But it's like, what have you done here? Like, you ain't had no real impact here.
Who, in Africa?
Diddy, yeah. You ain't toured
man,
there.
That's not true.
No, go on, correct me. I don't know.
Like,
I'm open to be corrected.
Growing up, like, all of them songs, they were every family function I went to, just dancing to, what's that Mace song?
Yeah,
who's not?
I'm talking about in Africa.
No, but I feel like that was big. That Mace, Diddy, Puffy, that Mace, Diddy, Biggie era, that was big in Africa. Yeah. They loved that. But I know what you mean. But that was ages ago. In recent times, like you said, I think he's not relevant. And that was like people, my parents and that generation, even cousins that are older than me. I think for the younger generation coming up, I agree with you, there's nothing relevant there. They're looking at the Burners, the Wizkids, the Skeptors, the Davidos. They're not trying to check your Diddies. They're looking at them thinking, what have you done?
Because we've got our own scene now and it's thriving and it's strong. So that's why I think for Diddy, it's a legacy play. It's like, all right, I work with one of the biggest artists from over there right now, one of the hottest. Do that. If we can make this great album, then it just puts me in a whole nother conversation once again. I think that for Burna Boy, it's risky, man. I think on paper it looks amazing, Burna Boy and Diddy. But once you get an ear like Diddy in there, because like even the first two songs, I'm gonna look at the track listing now. There was one I heard and I thought instantaneously it just sounded a bit too commercial for me. It sounded like they were trying to hit the charts with it. Alarm Clock.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Alarm Clock. It sounded a bit too
I heard
poppy.
That one. Yeah.
Like on that route. And I was like, I don't want it to be that, because obviously I understand that, like I'm listening thinking I want to hear Ye. I want the 2020 Ye. I think a lot of people want that. But it's like, you can't expect an artist to just make another song again. They're in a different place. He's in a different place financially, in terms of his star power, everything from when he made Ye. He's different now. So for me to expect him to make that and be in that mindset is very selfish. But I still want it to have that authenticity. Do you know what I mean? I don't want it to, and what I've heard so far, he's kept some elements. Also, I want him to keep that grease talk that he has. I like when he's talking about the straps, or when he's talking about, you know, my guy's got keys, or
Burna.
Yeah, I like that. That's what I like about him, because he's like the Wizkid don't really talk about that stuff. Wizkid's more for the women and it's more vibesy.
Yeah.
Burna's like the road guy. Apparently that was in Brixton and all of these things, really been on the road.
Is that where he's from?
That's what people say, yeah. I don't know his history in and out like that, but he lived in the UK for a long period of time. Like, there's road there. don't lose that because you're now trying to pander to this Diddy international audience now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you're not living that life,
yeah,
is he still with Steph London?
who knows, bro? Even that, let me get to that. I'm gonna go on a limb and say, for me, I just felt like that was PR.
Did you?
Like, not to say they didn't like each other or they weren't having sex or whatever. Like, obviously, I think they had a relationship, but I think it was a
It was
PR,
good for
man.
both,
It
yeah.
reminded me of like Meg Thee Stallion and Money Baggio. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, you're big right now, I'm big. We make a certain type of music. If we come together, it just raises both our profile. It worked. When they got together, everyone was talking about it. It works. Everyone
Yeah,
knows
you're
that
right.
getting the Janae, Big Sean. Yeah, it works.
works.
Travis, it works. Just get together.
It works,
Let's build
doesn't
the
it?
brand. Yeah, I think
Jay-Z, Beyonce, ultimate.
it works, bro. Kim can't, like, it works. So I think, do we see much pictures of them?
That's what I just suddenly remembered.
Maybe they're very private.
Because the reason I mentioned that, I was like, I wonder if she had any influence in the music. But
She's not on an album. Why is she on an album?
yeah,
When Beyonce drops the album, Jay-Z on Drunk in Love, or he's on Upgrade You, or he's on Crazy in Love, like, why are you not making, what's going on? Do you not rate each other musically? What is it?
yeah. But Jay-Z and Beyonce have always worked together musically, which makes me think there's two people at the top of their game. So of course, it's only
So
right.
what's Steph and Burna in their respective fields right now? I'd say Steph's at the top of her game right now.
No, not sorry. I didn't mean top of their game. The top of the game.
Oh, the game. Okay.
I don't think Steph's.
Yeah. No, they're
She's
not
top of
the
her
game.
game, not top of the game. Like,
Yeah.
she's not.
Yeah, I hear that. But still, your missus, she's got a fan base.
Yeah.
You can get her fan base locked into your album more, make it a thing.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
what,
I agree.
I can't see her on the album.
That's what I'm
Man, even put
surprised.
Stormzy on the album.
I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised.
Why wasn't Dave on the album? I want to see a Dave on there.
He's done that. He's done the location.
Yeah, but it's just like, so Rick Ross and Drake have made many songs. If you're good at collabing, which they are, they make
Yeah.
good music together. Keep making that music, man.
You're
Give
right.
us, feed the people. Where was Jay Huss? Where was Coffee? I wanted to see Coffee on there.
I want to see Georgia
Georgia.
because they
I
always
didn't
make it.
know. That was the last song they had. Be honest.
That was a tune. The first few tracks I listened to, like I said, they felt quite grand, but I liked it. I liked what I heard, and I think I'm flying the fly for Burna, so I'm gonna give it a proper listen. And Diddy's a legend, so the two together.
I like what I'm hearing. So I'm gonna hit a round of applause. Shout out Diddy, shout out Burna Boy. These are the type of collabs we like to see. Legends
exactly.
coming together, young legends and certified OGs. I need to take it in more.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
we're gonna find out if he is twice as tall as an African giant now, because he was already saying I'm a giant, but now I like that title. Twice as tall. I like the artwork as well. On the artwork,
Yeah, I
you've
like
got
the artwork.
like there's like a gorilla imprinted into the footprint of the Timberland. You've got like pharaohs and pyramids.
Yeah, I
and
like that.
It's just very like
the vibe I'm on.
powerful. Yeah, man. He's really repping for his roots, bro. You have to respect it. Shout out to Burna Boy.